Okay, hi, it's Kristen Carpenter and Jeff Rigg with Mend again. We wanted to talk to some of our running population out there. Oftentimes we find our runners strengthen their hips because we know that often weak hips can contribute to something like knee pain with running, and oftentimes our runners are training their hip muscles concentrically. So they may be doing a sideline hip raise or a clamshell, which is great, but it may not control that motion that Jeff just showed, which there's an eccentric demand on the gluteus medius or the hip abductors for that. So we're going to give you two examples of exercises that we often prescribe to our runners that focus on the eccentric phase of training for the gluteus medius muscle specifically. So the first one is a modified side plank from the knee. The bottom leg is the working leg here. So the standard is for a runner to sort of just stay there or maybe even raise and lower the top leg to work on concentric and isometric strength of the gluteus medius. But what we often do is we'll actually have our runners slowly lower that bottom hip, working on eccentric control of hip abduction and then concentrically raising again. Okay, and so the slow lowering is really the key component of this exercise. So that's option A. And then we also work on lateral hip by working on a closed chain sort of clamshell, we call it here. So Jeff is going to rotate his pelvis and sort of drop that bottom hip down simultaneously, okay, so that we're working again on controlled adduction and internal rotation of the hip, both things that we know occur with runners, but often runners do not control that very well. So you should feel a good burn in the outer aspect of the lower hip with this exercise, okay? Each time raising back up to maximum height without compensating with your spine, slow controlled lowering down, and when you lose that ability to control the lowering, then you're done.